This is what I call a target-rich environment.
Hello, builders. Uh, yes, I guess that explains why my subscribership went up by one, because obviously that Underman wanted to subscribe, and now he's come here live to check it out. Really, dude, just can you go away? Because I don't want you interfering. Anyway, welcome, builders, to Friday. It is, gosh, this is the technically the fourth. Well, sort of the fourth snapshot. This is 15W34D. C came out earlier today, and they had to replace it with D because C was a little buggy. Uh, oh yeah, that's right. I'm in creative. Anyway, so let's get started. This episode is going to have again, it continues to play off of what we've talked about before, but it takes care of some things that folks were concerned about. We'll try to go over all of those, and then we'll go visit our friends the zombies here shortly. Okay, so here's what they did. They have modified all of the weapon speeds and in some cases some of the damage that all of the tools and weapons do. And that includes some very interesting changes. They've tried to make the Diamond Hoe potentially, I guess, a little bit more as a weapon, at least in maybe PvP servers or something like that. It is actually the fastest recharge item. It recharges. It has a 4 speed. That's the highest you can go. That compares to the 1.5 for the pickaxe. Now, by the way, the speeds for each category are the same. So when I'm covering this, don't worry, the speeds don't change as you go down in material. So the diamond hoe has a 4 speed. Sorry, the hoe has a 4 speed. The pickaxe a 1.5, making it slightly faster than the sword. The shovel is a 1 speed, and the axe is a 0.85. And you'll see where that comes into play in just a second, because what they have done is also tweaked the damage. Now, first of all, for hose, they have tweaked damage 2 to 1. Basically, what it looks like is that for each of these items, the gold and wood are the same damage. And then it ticks up slightly from there to stone, then to iron, and then to diamond, which is of course what you'd expect. But that does include a 1.33 damage for a stone hoe and a 1.67 damage for an iron hoe. But a diamond hoe has does 2 damage and a 4 speed, and that means that if you grab this little guy, now remember I have the crosshair item. So as you can see, that's really hard to see. Tell you what, let's go ahead and turn it on the hot bar again. There we go. All right. Now as you can see, if I spam click this guy, that that sword fills up pretty quick. Okay, that little sword, that little attack strength indicator. What that means is that your diamond hoe, even though it only does 2 damage, the fact is you're going to be able to run around with that diamond hoe and spam click and attack and continue to do 2 damage at spam click speed. So you might want to do that. Um, yeah. Now there's a disadvantage to it, and I'll get to that in a minute. The diamond pickaxe. Well, that was awkward, but that's okay. I did want to get those guys out. Let's go ahead and put our shield in place. Next is a diamond pickaxe. That, as you can see, at 1.5, it slowly fills up, but that's about the rate of speed that you can use to attack. Next, we have our sword. That's 1.45. That's pretty much the same as the pickaxe. Then we get shovel. Now, the interesting thing about the shovels is that the shovels now, I mean, somebody must have been watching, I don't know, Walking Dead or something, because basically they've decided that uh, swords are now actually middle of the road when it comes to damage dealt. They are no longer the top of the food chain. The shovel actually does a slight bit more damage with each attack, a half a damage more per material level. Now, it does, however, refill its attack strength slower by about one third. So it's a trade-off. But hey, Corn the zombie. Hey man, guess what? You're right, man. Your shovel's moving up the food chain. Diamond shovels now better than swords to attack with. Well, sorta. But we'll get to that because swords. There is another thing to help the sword reclaim its wonderfulness here shortly. Then last but not least, we have the axe. And for those of you who have always wanted a battle axe, this is it. I mean, there's your sword, right? All right, I got nothing on my hand. Now I got my sword, and I slowly pull it out. But to go from nothing to an axe, watch how long it takes this guy to come out. Yeah, that takes a while to get that out. And bam, 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 bam. I mean, it's 0.85, so it is uh, over half a. I guess that's per second, but it's basically a, two-thirds. No, maybe well, almost two-thirds. I guess the speed of the sword, but it does 11 damage. So you're talking about an additional 4 damage per swing of that axe if you can stand to wait. Um, okay, so what else is there? Because it can't just be that. Well, there's two things. First of all, some folks were concerned that the shields were going to make attacking, so much more difficult. It was going to be a big block fest. Well, there's a way around that. Or worse yet, if they didn't want it just to be, if you had some of these weapons, if you're trying to decide what to use, well, a lot of it's going to depend on what your opponent is wielding as well. Because if they have a shield, you might want to go with the axe. The reason being is, and I apologize, I'm the only person here. Minalt and Soccer Chick 2 are not here, so I can't have them do this. You can now stun someone with your axe so that they cannot use their shield for a period of time. And I don't mean a long period of time, I mean a couple seconds. Basically, with each full powered swing of the axe, you have a 25% chance of causing the little shield icon, this guy down here, this guy here, to fill with kind of a white mist, kind of translucent covering of the shield. That indicates, and during that time they will be unable to do this. They will be unable to block with their shield. And by the way, you do move slower while you're blocking with your shield, just so you know. So shield wall. Anyway, so we're running out of time here. So that is an advantage. You can basically hit someone with this, and it is a percent chance, so it's not automatic. It does increase if you are sprinting toward them. Think about it. If you're charging, that's kind of typical in combat. In addition, having efficiency on your axe increases your shield stun chance. I can't even read. It's not been the best day, folks. Not feeling very well, but I knew I couldn't leave this one out. I mean, just look at the wall I had to create. My goodness, that's a lot of stuff. Anyway, so there's an advantage of using axes. It is slower, but you get the higher damage, and you also you do the shield bash. Well, shield bash, in my opinion, has always been where you use the shield to basically, like that, where you punch with your shield. But anyway, but now, yeah, basically shield disabling, we'll call it. Okay, now one other thing that is affected or does affect these guys is having. Oh wait, we don't have it yet. Da. Okay, so now this guy is on haste, right? And now my sword fills up faster. So that is something else you can add. If you want to be able to defend your base on a PvP server, go ahead and put something in with haste. Now, mind you, it's going to affect everybody unless they make a way to change that. But yeah, so even my axe fills up faster. So that's kind of cool to know that there is the ability to increase haste or to use haste to increase attack speed. Oh, also mining fatigue, or I guess what those the guardians use, that will decrease the attack speed. So keep that in mind when you're heading down to fight the underwater guys. I don't know what you're going to use, but man, it's going to be tough. Hopefully they will make it so that we can start crafting haste and or mining fatigue potions. Mining fatigue would obviously be great to cast as a splash, while haste would be good to carry along with you. Okay, now let's go ahead and spawn a couple zombies in here. This, nope. Okay. So this is, sorry, let me go away. This is another thing that folks were concerned about. They were like, hey, it's great that I have all this armor on and whatnot, but armor only does so much. If I can't spam click, how am I supposed to go and fight these, innumerable zombie hordes? Because there are times in a dungeon where you might have a whole bunch of them. They might corner you. So how do you fight your way out if all you're doing is swing, swing, swing? Okay. Well, let's go ahead in here. Zero. Oh, really? All right. Come on, guys. Yeah, I know y'all see me over there. All right. So one of the things that you can do, first of all. Something else I did forget to mention. Sorry. When you use shovels, picks, and hoes, it does take 2 durability away from it. Trying to remember if that included axes. We know it did used to do that, but I think they might be shifting the axe to a slightly more battle-prone weapon. So I don't know that you will lose 2 durability from it when you attack with an axe. But check that out. Obviously we can. Well, here I guess I can find out. I'm at max, right? Bam. So what did I lose? I lost 2. Okay. Yeah, it does look like I'm losing 2 at a pop. So I guess that does include axes. Sorry, folks, axes are still considered tools. Maybe they'll change that. Don't know yet. Okay, but here's one of the things we wanted to see. All right, I'm gonna go in here. No, come on, I want to get in here. Okay, watch. Alright, I'm trying to. Okay, that's a little hard to see in here. Sorry, oh, there we go. Did you see how they all went back? There we go. Okay. Alright. Sorry, I apologize. That got a little out of hand. And I almost died. Okay, so one of the things they have added, and obviously it is, I don't know, they were kind of jacking me up against the wall, punching me and pushing me up, which that might not have been the best example. But essentially what the sword now does is let's tell you what, we'll put a couple of guys out here, and there we are. We'll put a couple guys in as it starts to rain. Yeah, it definitely does not help to have a shield in your hand. There we go. Alright, now we'll go ahead and put a bunch of zombies in. And well, we'll put a couple. All right, now, because now they can't get us in as well. All right, so here's what you can do. When you come in here, if there's more than one in your area, as you can see, there's a swoosh, if you will, that white cloud, and it goes. Oh, no, I know, because they're not even. There we are. Now they want me. All right, thanks, guys. Oopsie. Here, sorry. Let's do weather clear again. All right. Now, not get close enough. All right. So what happens is it will not only strike. Really, dude? How did you get out of there? Or you coming from over here? Basically, it will cause a swipe attack that will temporarily knock the other guys back. It is not as strong as knockback, and it does not, as far as I know, it does not do any damage to the other zombies, but it will help to clear your path and to keep them from getting basically a ton of attacks on you. Come on. Everybody in a bunch. All right, here. Now we'll try and do something. Yeah, one-shotters. Apparently, if you go and let's go ahead. I'm going to go back to... Sorry, I know that's really noisy. I do apologize. Bam. There we are. All right. One of the things I wanted to show you is obviously 11 attack is like pretty much the strongest non-augmented weapon you can get, but you can, or if you can, I should say, if you can go ahead and add, where is it? Sharpness 5. If you can add that to an axe, if you have the means in the game, look at that, 17.25 attack damage. Woo! Come here, buddy. Bam. I don't know if I'd hit him before, but wow. I was kind of surprised that I didn't kill him with one shot. But anyway, that is something to keep in mind too, that if you can do that. Wow, really? A baby? I couldn't kill a baby with one shot with my Uber axe. Well, okay. Something to consider. So anyway, yeah, so lots and lots of changes with the weapons. I don't know if they're looking at the hoe as kind of a Sith-like thing, and no, that's not Sith as in Star Wars. That's Sith as in SCYTHE, like you would use for farming. But I guess we'll find out as they go along. Okay. Only one other thing that was noticeable, and that is that the chorus fruit and ender pearls, and as we know, some people do use these. Really, time of day. Thank you. Some people do use these in combat. Well, use the ender pearls anyway. Chorus fruit are too new, but they will you throw them and they'll just hop around and drive you nuts. So what they've done is they've added a cooldown. As you can see, when I throw one of these, there's a little white screen that comes up that keeps me from spamming them, I guess. The same thing with... Really? I should be able to eat the chorus fruit. Why can't I eat the chorus fruit? Why is it doing a right-click shield effect? That's interesting. Okay. Well, that's hopefully buggy. Or, well, oh, maybe I can't because I'm not in that. There we go. Okay, ditto for that. So obviously, in addition to, eating, you cannot then just start eating it again. Those have to do with the fact that, they do offer teleport effects and things like that. So something to keep in mind. Gosh, yeah, I think that's good for it for now. So hopefully they won't come out with anything over the weekend. It is Saturday. Hopefully they're taking a break. I mean, don't get me wrong. I wanted to, see all this stuff too, but whew, All right, so thank you, builders, for watching. Thank you, all my new subscribers, and I promise I'm gonna put more stuff up. Um, I've got Minalt and Soccer Chick here this coming week quite a bit, and so when I get off of work, I'll be recording with them and doing games and stuff like that and posting. So, thanks for watching. See you later.